The 7th day of Pesach is a commemoration of Kriyas Yam Suf, of the splitting of the Red Sea. What many people don't recognize is how this event of the Red Sea was really planned by God. It seems that when the Jews left Egypt, God took them out of Egypt, and then He instructed Moshe at some point to turn back, to give the impression the Jews didn't know where they were going. God basically set up Pharaoh. He said, Moshe, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go back, so forth and so on. He didn't really tell them the reason. Just go like this. Jews looked like they were traveling, listening totally to God around in a circle. Pharaoh here sees this and says, what's going on with these people? They could have gotten away. Now they're going back. They don't know where they're going. Must be they're not being led. Something's wrong. And he says, hey, let's go chase after them. He was set up. And then what happens when he gets there? It's really funny when you think about that. All of a sudden, if you read about the Jewish people were at this sea, and there was this pillar of fire that separated the Jewish people from the Egyptians, right? Protecting the Jewish people from the attack of the Egyptians. Then the sea splits, and Jewish people start going through, and then when the Jewish people are far enough away, all of a sudden the wall of fire is removed, and the Egyptians go after them into the sea. If I was there, I would sit there and say, I'm not going. Did you get the message? There was a wall of fire here. We've already gotten a few lessons from this God beforehand. Maybe we shouldn't fall for this. No, they went right into the sea. Why? Because they were set up. I keep saying that word, they were set up. What did HaKadosh Baruch Hu do? What was God's real plan at the Red Sea? See, if you go back and look at the Makot, what did HaKadosh Baruch Hu do each time? Each time He sent Moshe Rabbeinu to Pharaoh and said, let my people go. Moshe requesting to leave, what was the impression he was giving Pharaoh? Pharaoh, I need your permission. There was some perception that Pharaoh had to say okay. There was some value that there was in terms of getting Pharaoh's permission. And that is completely what Moshe Rabbeinu did all throughout the Egyptian experience. Therefore, when they turn around, so on and so forth, Pharaoh was retracting his okay, basically saying, hey, listen, it must be that they need my okay. I'm not giving it anymore. So therefore, he thought that he had some type of bargaining chip with God. There must be some value that he needed to get the okay. What happens at Yam Suf? What does Pharaoh finally get the message? He understands that God was just playing with him. Kadosh Baruch Hu could have taken the Jewish people out with or without Pharaoh's okay. The fact is that Yom Suf, the message was made that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is above this reality. He is Yud-Kei Vav-Kei. He operates in His own realm, which is not understandable by the human being. And that's why in that movie, Ten Commandments, when Yul Brynner falls back into the Pharaoh's throne and said, He is God, that's the best expression of the Medrash. And if you look at the credits of that movie, the Medrash is actually brought down. Pharaoh finally understood he is God. That means he is the ultimate power, the only power. He is above all reality as we know it. And that is the ultimate message of Pesach, Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, of God above nature, above our understanding. And that is what Pharaoh finally got, because God set him up to think that he was something, that he had some ideas. And finally, at Yam Suf, God makes the point, I am God. That's the lesson of Yam Suf.